All right, guys, we about to lay this bad boy to rest. Um, so I'm just going through, guys. I had to put the thing about I got the temporary power ordered, so the guys got that ready. So we're gonna run that power line here all the way to this mast right over here. And but guys, before you can do that, you got to make sure that you have the address. The power company won't connect. This is something they won't connect until they see those numbers on this house. But we kind of got it, guys. We kind of got it almost together. We got a couple of things down here like these holes right here. The guy got to come back and fill that in, and I got a landscape. It rained real bad, so got the ground kind of jacked up a little bit. But guys, we're gonna get all those blocks and probably push them over there, guys. But we're gonna get this guy to grade this right here off real good, make it look real pretty. Um, Homeowner's gonna want a driveway. They're gonna want a little drive to pull right down here, maybe a little sidewalk to access those steps and everything, guys. So, I'm gonna probably have that done on that's gonna be outside of, because I wasn't gonna even touch any of the landscape, but I'm gonna have that outside of my contract. We'll do that separate. But this right here is what we look like. That's the disconnect, man. And that's your meter goes up, guys. So we got that going on here, guys. I've already did most of my returns here. Most of the things should be here. I'm just gonna, this is the basement. Now, I didn't originally, so we got the guys gonna come in and get this right here, drywall. Guys, you got to keep up with your returns, man. You got to make sure these guys are returning this stuff. The ceiling actually turned out, I kind of like that. It gives you a commercial look. I wish we would have went with a different color other than those black fans. But this is kind of what we got going on here. We couldn't get this thing to quite work, so we got some work to do on this. Got my light fixture here. So I guess these guys got some things they got to do to get me a line going here. I see somebody put a little tape in different places. That's not the punch out, guys. The punch out comes later on. So we got that in. All the plumbing is good. The only thing we're waiting on is, guys, you got to get permanent power to the house and get heat. You got to have that water heater going. So we had to put a disconnect on that water heater. But we got to get that heat going in order for, that's a big tank too, by the way. And you got to get heat on the house before they do the before he can do the plumbing inspection. So we do have I think somewhere right over here, we have our shut off. I think it may be up here, but not the shut off, but that's the ground. Your ground has to be accessed. You got to have a hole somewhere to access that. Got these little plates here. We'll glue that in a little later. That's the shut off for the water. There should be another water valve somewhere over here. It's probably here. We got to cut another hole here, guys. This wasn't originally part of my contract. I added this stuff in later on, but we got to get this right here done so that the painter can come here and stain the steps and the handrails. And this is kind of what the inside looks like, man. So this actually turned out pretty good, man. I put those, they don't like to hang those until they get the mirrors set. All that'll get cleaned up. Yeah, so it's not looking bad, guys. This is, oh man, they still got this stove sitting right here. I bet they ain't hung that either. Is that my? Yeah, we gotta get this. Yeah, we gotta get this sucker hung. So I guess they're gonna hold off on the permanent power, man, until we get permanent power. They're supposed to be coming to connect it tomorrow, so they can connect it tomorrow. Let's see, we got to get that trimmed out. That should have been trimmed out. Trim carpenter got to come back. We should have got that while he was here. I'm just interested to see what's going on with the electrical. Saying they need a data box. We're not looking at. I'm looking for. Yes, mechanical, plumbing, electrical, rough-end walls and ceilings. I just don't see power release. So approaches, rough walls and ceilings. Yeah, he don't have a final here. It says need data box, T-stat permit, power. I found out no one, man. These guys, man, you got to stay on these guys about signing these cards, man. Because if it's not on this card, man, I don't even want food. I don't even want to look at it. Let's see if I can get this in here now. Yeah, it's got it, man. They got to sign these cards off. So I don't trust it, man. I had the guy to do the power release. I called the power company to do the power release, but now I got to call and find out. I got to find out whether or not they released it for real. You know, because a lot of these things we need to, you know, electrician could have went on here and hung most of this stuff, man. He could have. Well, this guy said he don't hang microwave. Man, you know, go ahead and hang the microwave. We'll pay you. Because we ain't got time to fool with this stuff, man. But a lot of these little lights could have been hung. I'm thinking like this right here, guy. Let me see. You know, that right there could have been put in. You know, that's a smoke detector. Did we run out? Did we run out of smoke detectors? Maybe we ran. Oh, no, we got one right there. See, those things could have been put in. You know, dishwasher could have been connected. See? I don't know, man. This don't look quite right. So now I got to reach back out. You know, guys, you got to press these guys and press these guys and press these guys until they get it done. You don't know. He probably found another job he could do somewhere else, but you got to always keep pressing these guys. They got to get on out here and get this stuff done, man. We ain't got time for that. You got to press them. Worry the hell out of them if you got to. But the biggest thing, the biggest control you have is don't pay them. And that's my problem. I mess around and, you know, I paid this guy too early. Yeah, man, you can't pay him. 16906. Yeah, you can't pay these guys too soon, man. All right, guys, that's another one. You guys have a good one.